All right, everyone. What is going on? We are live. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great, great start to your weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. And today we're going to do something I wasn't sure I wanted to do. Still not sure that I want to do, but we're going to create some like high fidelity or some really accurate designs for our new creative studio, just so that we know exactly what it is that we're going to be building once we jump into Webflow. Now, I was on the fence doing this because, if you haven't heard me talk about this before, most of the stuff that I've ever done throughout my career, or not most of the stuff, but quite a lot of it has been done me as like a one-person show where I do the design and the development. And oftentimes I have the design in my head. And for me, I just kind of go ahead and start coding things up. So I build as I'm designing, or I bring my design to life through code as opposed to using Figma or Photoshop or what have you. But for this one, I think, I don't know why, but I just feel like I think it would be not a bad idea to just try to put down the structure of this thing on Figma first to get a really good view for what things are going to look like when I actually do code this thing. I don't know. I can't really explain why, but I just feel like with this, it's going to be a very simple site, but I think I want to really make sure that I nail down the look and feel. So I started working on this. So I was doing this kind of just wireframe thing here on in this little Figma, I don't know, design file or whatever. And I think what I decided to do, because it's very it's very similar, I was like, well, why not just really go in and do things how it's going to look actually in browser and get the colors and everything nailed down. So, because it's probably going to be a little bit easier to do it here in Figma than it is to do it in Webflow. So that's what we're going to do here. And I started this over the weekend. I started to do just this hero section is just kind of what things are going to look like on the page when you land, when you hit. So this is what you're going to see. And then with this homepage, I just kind of decided to just, taking the hero section and then just expanding it down here with what everything is going to be as you scroll down. So what I've just been thinking, or where I kind of ended this, is how am I going to actually display the work that I've done for the specific clients? And that's what I'm trying to figure out what to do now. And and I know I'm not going to worry too much about any kind of animation stuff with this right now. And I think it's probably just going to be pretty bare bones. So, but I'm still trying to think of what images that I should be using. And if I should spend, what kind of time I should spend making some images. So if I look at my website right now, we have some images of some of the recent work that I've done. And I like these ones. These ones are all basically science-based as it is, which is kind of funny how it kind of ended up that way. So yeah, it's the question, like, maybe I could even just take this structure and go with this, like with these images, and just put them on here. Like I took this one here just as a, just to kind of see what it would look like. And yeah, I'm just trying to see how I can fit things into maybe, I don't know if I want to do it a different type of grid, but I feel like that's a little bit too cliche because a lot of people are doing these. I can't remember what it's called, but they have just different types of grids and different sizes and different squares on them. I feel like that's a little bit too trendy, and I definitely don't want to be trendy per se. I want to be, unique in that sense. So what can we do? Like one thing that we, yeah. Like we could say something like, yeah, this long images, I guess I'm not really quite feeling that. Because I was thinking here we can do these different things where these squares represent like news stories. But seeing as I don't have news stories right now, makes it a little bit difficult to think about what I could put in there. So I think maybe one thing that we could do is if we put a news, not a news, but a client right here. And then we could do something where, talk about the client name. Or we put their name in there. Let's definitely make that quite a bit smaller. And then we can maybe even just put like what we did. Right, again, relating to the 5 different things: digital, content, branding, event. Right, so it would be something like digital, branding, content. And then make that smaller. And then we need to get our colors kind of narrowed down as well. There you go. That's at 100%. Yeah, we don't need to get too fancy right now, do we? This is of a different size. Can we? Shift G? No. Always do it wrong. So this is client. And then can we copy this? What is this? Center for social soil sciences. I'm not sure. Can't even remember what that CSSS stands for. And let's say this is digital and event. I mean, that's not so bad. Just doing something simple like this, right? I mean, another way that we can do it is we can kind of put them together when they're kind of touching each other, just like in squares. I mean, basically like this. And we extend them across like the whole screen. I don't know if that really fits with what I'm trying to do or the look that I'm going for, though. Right, so I like that. So we can continue on with that. I mean, it's just a little bit of update from what we had here. I kind of like that. Yeah, in fact, I really like that. And then you can click on them, and then there'll be like a case study for each of them, right? Yeah, I like that. We'll keep it simple. We will keep it simple. Now, where do I get those images from? I think they are probably, let's see, clients. or no, not via my website. Website work. So we can bring some of these in, and I guess we can take a look at the size. Maybe 550. Make them all the same size. And I don't know what their border, what is the border radius? 24. Do the same thing here. 550, 24. Yeah, this one's a little bit different because it's on white, so I don't really like that. But I don't think there's much I can do about that right now. I don't want to make it a different color just for the sake of making a different color. And this one here, 550, 24. And I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? What am I missing? Lipids in the ocean. How come I don't have this one? I gotta download it. $1,200 behind. This isn't the. Where is the original? Save it here for now. Do I not have that file? Where did I put it? All right. Let's for now throw this in here. Go 550 and 24. Okay. Now I think the order that we put these things are pretty important. So let's go back and see what order we had before, right? Okay, so Control G. This is C. This is 2023. All right, next one we want to do is Center for Sustainable Soil Management. We're going to bring that up here. Group that. Okay. Center for Sustainable Soil Management. I think just digital branding for this one. OFI, CSS, blah, 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 data shift. Go down there. You actually got to go up. Lipids. Throw that there. This is very much, I like these guys. In fact, this one's just going to be digital. Lipids. Whoops. Lipids in the ocean. Just digital. Control G for data shift. I should almost just put a stroke around it. Something pretty light. So data shift, digital, branding, and content as well. Should probably maybe put them in alphabetical order. And Control G, bring that in a group. Where's the soils? There we go. And duplicate. Marine data hub. I guess that's all digital. Marine data hub. Okay. All right. So those are our, these are our, oh my goodness. Our work, the work that we want to showcase. So let's see now. I feel like what we can do, actually I should have done this before I copied everything. Put that in a frame. This is client, or whatever, client info. Space between them, yeah, I guess that's okay. And then also, let's put that in a frame. Client. And, oops, dot 214, maybe 24. This here seems a little bit too much. We'll have to work on that. Okay, we can actually just take that out completely. Use that like that. Okay, so this one again. Shift A. Client info. Shift A. Lipids. And 24. Where is lipids? Yeah, the way down there. Shift A, 4, client info, Shift A, this is just data shift. No, you gotta be your own thing here, please. Where are you? You moved. That's okay. And 24, space between. Shift A, 4, client info, in fact. Shit. I don't know what keystroke that is. That just shut everything down. Hopefully I didn't lose too much stuff. That's pretty good. I think what I wanted to do was do this to copy. Shift A. Marine data hub. Okay. Shift A. Client info. And then Shift A again. 2023. Oh, I don't think I updated. Oops. What did I do? Something about the opacity just changed. Uh, 24. Okay, so we got our OFI. We're saying we want lipids next. I wonder if we should, let's see. I'm trying to think more of. I feel like I wouldn't mind showcasing what we do with data on here, saying like, hey, we also know data. So we bring that in there. Bring soil up here, data hub, another data hub. Maybe the data hub down here. These guys, there we go. I don't know. Let's switch that one to the bottom. Data hub. Oh, what? How did that get out? There we go. I think I like this better. Okay, so that's going to be the order. That is the order of things. Okay, so how do we maybe sort this out into different columns? And then we have Marine Data Hub, then Lipids, then we have Data Shift, and CSS 2023. Okay. So we're going to put this in another group. We're going to call this just row 1. And row 2. And I wonder if there's a better way to do this for grids in Figma, but I'm not 100% sure. Row 3. So each of these, I mean, we want them to be, what is the width? I think it's 1200. We want these to be 1200. So I think we need to make it 100 in between. Okay, that's kind of easy. Easy number. Okay, and then we're gonna combine that all into client list. And then we're gonna put that at 100 as well. All right. And then we can have some different slight hover effects, maybe if you want to zoom in or zoom out or whatever when you hover over top of an actual, like a one of these clients. Excuse me. I'm wondering if we should put these down into 4 instead of 6. Because some of these are like these soil guys, and this is their event. So this was kind of like 2 projects, but these guys wanted also another website for their event. So maybe that should go into 1. And then maybe we can take out lipids because that's just kind of just a website. Which is fine, but all of this stuff are websites anyways, plus other stuff. Right, and we could use data shift to showcase. So then we would have this one, the data hub, and then data shift. I think that might work nicely. But anyways, we'll think about that just for a little bit here. Because what I want to do is just kind of break down. I think, what do we have here? We have our call to action, and we want to see what we want the call to action to look like. Or actually, what do we have here? Services and then call to action. Right. It's almost like we have here. So what we're saying, you've dedicated yourself to advancing the boundaries of knowledge within your field. Your groundbreaking research needs to be shared, or deserves to be shared with the world. Like your work deserves to be shared. I wonder if we could say something where you've dedicated your life to advancing your science. We've dedicated our lives to making sure that people understand the hard work that you do and the important work that you do. Check out our services to see how we can make sure that people do recognize and see your work. And then how do we want to display that? On here, are these the same? Oh, this is wireframe. What is? Oh, right. That was kind of more of the sitemap. Right. Got it. Right. How are we going to do this? How should we display this? The audio is very low. My levels are the same. Could it possibly be, like, I'm looking at my levels here, I'm almost peaking. Could it be, Rolando, that your that your speakers are really low? I'm just asking. I'm not like saying for sure. But just looking, yeah, by the way, yes, yeah, happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, it's looking like it's coming through pretty high for me. So I don't know what to do. I'm looking at my board. The audio levels are pretty high. I mean, I can't turn it up too much higher. I think I'm going to clip. How's this? Or maybe I'm not talking directly into the mic. Is this better? Does this sound maybe like it's a little bit more loud? A little bit louder? Yeah. Yes, it sounds a little bit better. Okay, perfect. All right, so maybe I just wasn't talking quite into the mic. Okay. Right. So we want to see, and as we discussed, Rolando, from I was thinking a lot about this weekend, what to do, and if I should go ahead and do some kind of like this High-Fidelity wireframe, or not wireframe, but just actual design. So I decided to go ahead and do it here, and then we'll go ahead and turn it into a Webflow thing. So I took your advice on this one. Now we just got to figure out how exactly we want it to look. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I know this is quote unquote boring in terms of how to showcase work. And I don't know how much time or if I should really spend on trying to get something flashy, because I know like this is where my mind is at right now, is that I want to get a website out as soon as possible that showcases the skill, showcases the work, and showcases the expertise, and then of course showcases what we can do, so that people can get to that information as quickly as possible. And then once we get a couple clients or two, and then we can start establishing ourselves as a creative studio that focuses on academics and all that, then we can worry about really revamping our website to make it really, really, special, I guess you can say. Because I think right now, at the end of the day, if I spend like a month making this thing like super awesome or whatever the case may be, I don't think that helps us get more customers, at least initially, right? So what's going to be more important is that I have a good portfolio that just showcases the work that I do and that I've done. And then I do the work that we're going to be doing over the next weeks and months of actually going out and trying to get customers and trying to reach out to our target market, understanding who our market is, understanding who our personas are, and just cultivating our messages for them. So yeah, that's kind of my mindset. So Rolando, in my opinion, it should not be very bright, but rather something more discreet with a flashy call to action. So I guess, are you talking about like the website itself shouldn't be very, very bright, or the call to action? Like, I agree, the call to action needs to be pretty. That one I want it to be pretty pronounced, and that is going to be it's ready to get the recognition you deserve, and like let's chat. So that's going to be highlighted basically in, I would imagine it's going to be in black when I have it here. In fact, let's kind of, well, I think, should we try to work on it now? I'm trying to think. Okay, hang on a second. So, all right, you get to the landing site. I'd love to know what you think about the name, because I've been going back and forth with two names, either like Beaker or Kelvin. And then Beaker, of course, just like, everyone science knows like a beaker is just something you use to measure your chemicals or solutions or whatever. And then Kelvin for the Kelvin temperature scale. And then I figured there could be some cool stuff that we can do with light, and then light and, the rainbow colors, or through the spectrum or whatever, to bring a little bit of color to certain things. So I kind of like that. And I did buy a couple of domains to kind of lock them up. So curious. But anyways, the name Kelvin, I kind of like that name. So curious to know what you think. Anyways, so no, in this case, you're talking about the portfolio section, because this time you're not selling the design, but the service. So you mean, okay, the portfolio section, when I work like this portfolio section, and then of course when you dig into the case studies, those aren't going to be flashy as well, but they're going to be more in depth than what it is right now. Okay. So I think we're on the same page. I think I understand what you're saying, and I think that's what it's going to be. So I thought you were just reorienting Pixel. So this is kind of where the direction that I've been going is that Pixel is going to go into the direction of, and it's going to be an educational type place where you can learn about how to build websites, how to use Webflow, and leave it open to other tools as well, and just how to be successful as a freelancer and learning how to make money making websites. So I'm going to be starting to push even more educational content, and that's all going to be wrapped around in the shell of Pixel. And then Pixel Pieces is still going to be the place where you get the components and the things that you could use to actually help you make websites. So that one is going to completely disassociate from this, where this is going to specifically be an agency that deals with academia and researchers, and maybe even companies that are very, very heavy and science-based companies that need help with their marketing and branding and whatever, because they're a professor that just came up with a new IP, a new technology, and they need to figure out how to bring it to market, kind of thing. So they're doing kind of this complete divergent kind of split. So I think I've talked about it, but maybe I haven't fully articulated the things that I want to do in the direction that I'm going to be going in. So that's where we're going. So surprise. I think both of them are going to work really well on their own as two completely separate, different things. So that's where we're going with that. Okay. So I only have a few more minutes here to do a little bit more work, because I do have to go take care of a few things. But before we go here, I think I would like to figure out what this next section is going to be. So that's correct. My father was born in Nigeria, if I remember correctly, because you do not use the word that means exhibition, discovery, or similar in that language as the name of the site. I'm going to have to take your word for it, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what, I was born and raised in Canada. So I'm definitely, Canadian, by, being born and raised here. So I guess, I don't know if it's more Canadian vernacular or what have you, but it's an interesting observation. Exhibition and discovery. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So, right. I don't know if this makes sense here. So again, thinking of a person, they're scrolling down. Okay, it's all about storytelling, making science understandable in plain English. That's what I want people to understand on this. I don't know if this really works here. Science meets stories, like science in plain English. Might need to work around with that. Create impactful narratives where storytellers turn complex science into clear narratives. Yep. And then here's the work that we've done. And then, and then this is, well, I guess what's the word here? This is how we understand what you're going through, where we know your why and your reason for being. Yes, but give it a sense of origin, something different and distinctive. An origin. You tell a story even with the name. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. I'm just, I think this is a good thing, what you're saying too, in terms of the fact of what we're trying to build here, and that it is different and distinctive, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I think that's what you're saying. If I do, I think that's a compliment. So I'll take that. Tell a story even with the name. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's coming through, and I hope that's going to come through, because that's kind of the point behind what we want to build here. Is that everything has a story, whether it's boring or not, that remains to be seen. But everything has a story, and everyone has a story as well too. And the science that people do is pretty cool, for the most part. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Let's bring this. What size is this? This is 42 pixels. So let's make this the same. 42. I think we need to find something a little bit different to do with this section, because right after this section, then we're going to get into the call to action section, right? And that's going to be something that we're really going to want to pay attention to, because it's probably pretty important. Header, hero, client list. This is after the hero. You've dedicated yourself to advancing the boundaries of knowledge within your field every single day. You can almost just say, your work deserves to be shared with the world. And then our mission is to, can we just say it? And I think we just need to say things in English. Our mission is to make sure that your work does receive the recognition it deserves. That you and your work, our mission is to make sure that you and your work receive the recognition you deserve. Right? Let's harness innovative communication techniques. That's kind of like fluff. And then there's the button, see, see how we can make it happen, see what we can do for you. Or maybe learn more about our services. All right, that'll be the call to action, but you've dedicated yourself to advancing the boundaries of knowledge within. I wish there was a shorter way of saying this as well. Your work deserves to be shared with the world. Our mission is to make sure that you and your work receive the recognition you deserve. I'm using that word twice. I don't know if that's good or bad. You could add a video, make a 2-column section where the video is on one side and the text on the other. So you also show some of what you do on one video. I would love to absolutely make a really nice demo reel video of the work that I've done. I've seen some really awesome ones. So I agree. I think that would be really, really good to have. But I don't think that's the best use of my time right now, because I know that would take a long time to make. If it's for the video that I want to make. Even like a talking head video takes a lot of time. Again, it's no matter how great of a video I make or all those things, it still doesn't matter because no one is even going to see it until I like start reaching out and putting myself out there to people, letting people know about the agency. So I think I want to put forth a really good website with all the proper information, and then see what the feedback is and go from there, and then hopefully have some more data to make the right decisions. So like, while I agree, yeah, making a video I think would be fantastic, I just don't think it's the best use of my time right now. And again, I could be wrong. A video could be banging, or it could be something that could blow me, to the moon or whatever. But for now, that's just what I'm going with. Okay. I need to figure out a better way to display this information, because I think just having the text and then a button might not be right. It might not be how I want to do it. Maybe there could be some kind of graphic or something that could be here, or even an icon or something. Or maybe it could be a question where it says, don't you think your work, aren't you tired of nobody knowing about the work you do, or something like that gets them thinking about, yeah, I am tired of, having people not know who I am or the work that I do. And then, well, our mission is to make sure that doesn't happen, and that you do get what you want. Click here to learn more. Need to figure out how to frame this and how to design it. And then at the bottom is going to be the main call to action, which is going to lead to the contact page, which again is going to be it's up front here as well too. And that contact page is just going to be a form where people are going to be able to fill it out to, what's your name, what's your organization or whatever, email address, what's your budget range, what is it that you're looking for, like how can we help you, and just click off the different services that they're looking for. And then budget range as well, and just a message, just like a message form. So that's going to be on the contact page. Super simple. Right. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for today. So I do need to run, unfortunately. Do not overthink it. The website is yours. Then you can correct, add, or remove it. Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you. Not worth trying to overthink things too much. I don't know if you're referring specifically to what I'm thinking about for this section here and what I want to do with it. I definitely don't want to overthink it, and it might just be fine just the way it is with the text and then call to action and then another call to action and different things. So that might just be enough for what I'm looking for. Because today is Monday, right? I really want to have this thing done by sometime next week. So we can, in May, we can really start figuring out how we're going to start marketing. Or not figuring out, we're just going to start marketing and then doing things and then seeing what works. Probably starting with LinkedIn or whatever. So we want to start getting into how to get more clients and documenting that process, because that's going to be the fun stuff. And I think that's going to be really educational for everyone that's going to be watching this, to kind of see how things go and to see if there's anything that other people can take into their agency or freelance career and all that kind of stuff to try to get people to work with them. Right. Okay. So Rolando, thank you so much. Very much appreciate the feedback. It's just as always, I just really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. And everyone watching this, thank you for joining. Nothing else to say except maybe have yourself a great rest of your day. And of course, as always, we'll be back here with a brand new streams tomorrow. So until then, take it easy, and we'll see you then.